I know that feeling all too well. Do you remember when a simple morning stops being a source of joy? When that first step out of bed sends a sharp electric pain through every fiber of your being, forcing you to grab the edge of a table and squeeze your eyes shut? That was my life. Every single day, I fought a silent battle that no one else could see. I was 77, and I had truly come to believe that this was my unavoidable fate. That old age was meant to be a constant companion to discomfort and pain. I had resigned myself to the fact that walking down the stairs in my own home had become a game of chance. The simple pleasure of sitting on the sofa with a book would turn into long, agonizing minutes of stillness as I tried to work the life back into a knee that had frozen solid. I hid this pain from my children, from my friends, explaining away my slowness as simple fatigue. What was the point of complaining? It was just age, after all. Everything changed with a single conversation I had with my neighbor. She was a woman not much younger than me, but unlike me, she didn't shuffle and drag her feet. She practically floated across the yard. She told me about a special kind of oil, and there was such a light in her eyes as she spoke that I, a skeptic who had tried everything over the years, from heavily advertised creams to grueling physical therapy, felt a faint but oh so welcome spark of hope. "Just 3 nights," she said, looking me straight in the eye. "If you don't feel a difference, you stop. You have nothing to lose." So I began rubbing the oil in every evening, performing this simple ritual almost like a prayer, hardly daring to believe it would work. The first thing I noticed, after just 1 night, wasn't a miracle. It was silence, a deep, profound quiet in my knees. The nagging, aching pain that usually woke me several times a night had retreated, allowing me to sleep soundly until morning. That was the first true gift. On the second morning, I was stunned to find that the usual morning stiffness, that leaden weight in my legs, was almost gone. And on the third day, I achieved a small but momentous victory. I simply got out of bed. No grimace of pain, no leaning on the nightstand, no bitter sigh of resignation. I just stood up and I walked. Now, I'm not here today to sell you some kind of magic pill. Miracles are rare, but what does happen are simple, long-forgotten natural solutions that can sometimes achieve the impossible. This oil didn't erase my wrinkles or make me 20 again, but it gave me back the feeling of control over my own body. It gave me the freedom to walk down to the river again, to sit on a bench for as long as I pleased, and to climb the stairs to my home without fear. It returned to me a part of my life that, in my mind, I had already buried. But before we get to the first solution, I have a small favor to ask. Please, write in the comments right now how often you are bothered by a ringing in your ears. Is it frequent or is it rare? This is very important for me to understand how relevant this topic is for you. And please support our channel with a like in advance. For you, it's just 1 click, but for us, it's a huge sign of support and a confirmation that we are sharing truly useful and valuable recipes. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. As we age, our bodies begin to work differently. Climbing a flight of stairs can feel like a monumental challenge. Walking just a little farther than usual can leave our legs aching for the rest of the day. And one part of the body suffers more than most: the knee joints. Why the knees? Because they are one of the most complex and hard-working joints in our entire body. Every step, every movement, every time you sit down or stand up, your knees are working tirelessly. Until one day, they begin to send out distress signals. In most cases, the cause of the pain is osteoarthritis, the gradual deterioration of the cartilage that covers the joint. This cartilage acts as a natural shock absorber, preventing the bones from grinding against each other. With age, this protective lining thins, wears out, and eventually fails, leaving the joint unprotected. That's when the friction, inflammation, and pain begin. But there's another problem: chronic inflammation. Over the years, the body can enter a state that experts call silent inflammation. We don't always notice it at first, but it gradually chips away at our health and well-being. This constant, low-grade inflammation is like a smoldering ember that never goes out, slowly and inevitably destroying our joints. On top of that, as we get older, many of us start to move less. Less activity means the joints receive less natural lubrication. The muscles that support the knees grow weaker, and a feeling of stiffness sets in. Add to this the excess weight that often comes with age, and the load on the knee joints increases exponentially. To get a clearer picture, imagine two knees. In a young person, the cartilage is thick, the bones are well separated, the joint is filled with synovial fluid, and strong muscles keep it stable. But in an older person, the cartilage is thin or damaged, the bones are closer together, there's less lubrication, and the muscles are weaker. Every step becomes a moment of painful friction. This is where hope can turn to frustration. Many conventional treatments don't provide lasting results. Anti-inflammatory drugs, pharmacy ointments, and even injections might offer temporary relief, but the pain always returns, sometimes even stronger, because these methods treat the symptom, not the root cause. When medication no longer helps, doctors often suggest the only path left: surgery. But who wants to go under the knife at 70, 80, or older? This is precisely why more and more people are turning to natural methods. Not as a magic cure, but as a different way of caring for the body, choosing paths that don't cause harm, poison the system, or damage other organs. And this is where the oil I want to tell you about comes in. If we understand the root of the problem, the wear and tear, the inflammation, the lack of movement, then it becomes clear why a carefully chosen natural remedy can make such a profound difference. In the next segment, I'll explain what this oil is, what makes it so unique, and how it has been used for centuries to relieve the very same joint pain that you and I know so well. For generations, people have looked to nature for relief from pain. Long before modern painkillers and pharmacy creams, our grandmothers and great-grandmothers knew about oils, infusions, and healing herbs that could soothe the body's suffering. In ancient cultures all over the world, from the Ayurveda of India to the herbal traditions of Latin America and Europe, there was a shared belief: what the earth gives us has the power to heal. And it's fascinating that over time, we haven't moved away from this wisdom. Instead, we are returning to it more and more. Because natural remedies, when used correctly, can often be just as effective as their modern counterparts. So, what makes this particular oil so special? Its power lies in a harmonious combination. It's not one single ingredient, but the synergy of several natural components that work on different processes within the body. Some reduce inflammation, others activate blood flow, and some provide almost instant pain relief. The first of these is arnica. You've likely heard of this plant. Arnica grows in the mountain regions of Europe and the Americas and has been used since ancient times to treat bruises, inflammation, and muscle pain. Its main power is reducing swelling and improving blood flow to the affected area. This is especially important when your knees feel heavy and stiff. Next, let's talk about eucalyptus. Its fresh, clean scent is just the beginning. Eucalyptus essential oil has powerful anti-inflammatory and pain-relieving properties. When applied to the skin, it penetrates deep into the tissues, creating a gentle cooling sensation that helps release tension in the joints. Following that is peppermint. This is where things get really interesting. Peppermint not only provides a cooling effect, but it also directly influences the pain receptors in your skin, almost as if it's sending a signal to your brain that says, it's okay to relax. This is why so many people feel immediate relief after using oils that contain it. We can't forget rosemary, an aromatic herb you might have in your kitchen, but one that has a significant impact on muscles and joints. Rosemary improves circulation, helps flush out toxins, and reduces stiffness. And finally, ginger. Warm, rich, and powerfully anti-inflammatory. Ginger is one of the most important allies in natural medicine. Its active compounds, like gingerol, help reduce the chronic inflammation that is particularly destructive to knee joints in cases of arthritis. When all these components are combined in a single oil, something truly remarkable happens. They begin to work in synergy, amplifying each other's effects. The skin gradually absorbs these compounds, bringing a sense of relief. The active ingredients penetrate deep into the tissues, relaxing muscle fibers and easing inflammation, which soon leads to noticeable comfort. Numerous scientific studies confirm the effectiveness of many such ingredients. For instance, arnica has been shown to have anti-inflammatory effects comparable to some over-the-counter gels, while clinical trials have revealed that ginger significantly reduces pain in patients with osteoarthritis. However, beyond the official research, there are countless personal stories. Older adults, weary of ineffective methods, have found in this oil a simple yet powerful way to reclaim their mobility and sense of comfort. In the next section, I will detail how to use this oil correctly to achieve the best possible results, and what you must pay attention to in order to feel improvements in the shortest possible time. Knowing what components make up the oil and why it can help, it's time to move on to the most crucial part: how to apply it correctly to achieve real change. Yes, simply applying the product to your skin will provide a small effect. But it's far better to do so mindfully, systematically, and regularly. This way, your body perceives the process as a form of help. The main goal is to transform the use of this oil into a small evening ritual, a moment of self-care, quiet, and inner peace. This will take no more than 10 minutes. Here is a step-by-step guide. First, prepare your skin. Before applying the oil, it's essential that the knee area is clean. If you've spent the day outdoors or worn clothing that could have soiled your skin, cleanse it thoroughly before the procedure. Tight trousers could have left traces of dust, sweat, or dirt on your skin. Wash your knees with warm water and gently pat them dry with a soft towel. This will not only cleanse the skin, but also prepare it for better absorption of the active ingredients. Here's a simple and effective trick. Take a small towel, soak it in hot water, wring it out well, and apply it to each knee for 1 to 2 minutes. The warmth will relax your muscles, open your pores, and allow the oil to penetrate deeper into the skin. It's like opening a door to welcome in the relief. Now, let's move on to the application itself. Squeeze 2 or 3 drops of oil onto your palm. No more. Remember, essential oils are concentrates, so a little goes a long way. Rub your palms together for a few seconds to warm the oil. Then, gently place your palms on your knee and begin making circular motions. Don't press too hard, but also avoid being too gentle. You should feel a comfortable massage. It should be noticeable, but not painful. Start at the top of the knee and gradually work your way down. If you can, include the thigh and calf areas, as all these parts are interconnected. Massaging the entire zone will improve circulation and relieve tension. Dedicate at least 5 minutes to each knee. If time allows, spend 7 or even 8 minutes. However, even 5 minutes of this daily procedure will bring noticeable results. After the massage, do not wash off the oil. Let it absorb, especially if you are doing this before bed. To avoid discomfort, you can wear loose clothing or cover yourself with a light blanket. Let your skin breathe freely, avoiding tight or restrictive clothing. How long should you continue this procedure? Repeat it every evening for at least a week. However, the real effect comes when you make it a part of your daily routine. Think of it like brushing your teeth, a small daily ritual that gradually strengthens your health. If you want to enhance the results, here are 3 additional recommendations. First, moderate physical activity. Try to walk for at least 15 minutes a day. Movement keeps the joints in good shape. If possible, add light stretching or exercises with minimal load, such as lifting a straight leg while sitting on a chair. Second, an anti-inflammatory diet. Reduce your intake of sugar, white flour, and processed foods. Increase your consumption of vegetables and healthy fats like olive oil, fatty fish, and nuts. What you eat directly affects how you feel. Third, adequate rest. A good night's sleep is not a luxury, but a vital necessity. It is during the night that the body repairs damaged tissues. If you sleep poorly, your body doesn't have enough time to fully recover. Create a calm atmosphere before bed. Avoid screens and practice deep breathing. Remember, this ritual is not a magic wand, but with regular practice, day after day, you will notice your knees feeling lighter, more mobile, and less tense. Most importantly, you will begin to reclaim a part of your freedom. And now that you know how to use the oil correctly and are doing it every night, you might find the results come sooner than you think. You've surely wondered, when will I feel a difference? This is a very important and timely question. Most people who regularly perform this ritual begin to notice the first significant changes as early as the 3rd day. This isn't about a complete cure or a dramatic transformation overnight, but the body starts sending clear signals. It is responding. Let me explain what you might feel, what will remain unchanged for now, and how to know if you're on the right track. So, what can change in 3 days? First and foremost, morning stiffness may fade. That feeling when your knees seem frozen in the morning and it takes time to get going. Many report that on the 3rd day of using the oil, they get out of bed with noticeably greater ease. Another clear change can be a reduction in pain during movement. If climbing stairs or going for a walk used to be accompanied by discomfort, you may now feel that the pain has lessened or even disappeared for a while. Additionally, mild swelling and signs of inflammation often decrease, as the oil's components, like ginger and mint, have an anti-inflammatory effect from the very first use. However, not everything changes in 3 days. Some processes require patience and time. For instance, worn-down cartilage doesn't regenerate overnight. The same goes for strengthening the muscles that support your knees. Their strength doesn't return instantly. This requires regular physical activity, exercises, and systematic care. This oil is not a magical cure. It is a support on your journey to better health. It is a tool that, when used wisely, helps you move forward, restore mobility, and improve your quality of life. But it cannot replace all other methods. It is merely one part of the process, not the end of it. How can you tell if it's working for you? Listen to your body. Is it easier to get out of bed? Has the pain while walking diminished? Do your knees feel less tight, more mobile? Have the swelling and cracking sounds decreased? If you answered yes to even one of these questions, you are moving in the right direction. If you don't notice any changes after 3 days, don't be discouraged. Every body is unique. For some, the effect appears after 5 or even 10 days. This doesn't mean the remedy is ineffective, only that your body needs more time to adapt. What should you do if you don't see improvements at first? First, make sure you are using the oil correctly. Apply it to clean skin, use a hot towel before the massage, and ensure the massage itself lasts at least 5 minutes. Second, look at your daily habits. Are you eating well, moving enough, and getting proper rest at night? Small changes in these areas can significantly boost the results. And most importantly, be persistent. The true power of this ritual lies not in a single, instant effect, but in daily repetition. It's like caring for a plant. You won't see it grow on the first day. But if you nurture it consistently, it will surely flourish. This oil can be your first step toward a stronger, freer, and healthier body. Less tension in your knee joints is something worth striving for, but you are the one who must walk this path, and you alone can keep moving forward. We've talked about scientific data, technical aspects, and realistic expectations, but there is something more powerful than any study. These are the real stories, the experiences of those who have already tried this oil. Not because I was hoping for a miracle, but because I was tired of enduring the pain, day after day. I want to share a few stories with you. These are from people writing in from different corners of the world. For some, improvements were felt within a few days. For others, it took much longer. But all of them share one thing in common. They took that first step. Mary Ellen, 73, from Scottsdale, Arizona. My knees ached so terribly that I had to stop taking my evening walks with my husband. I tried countless creams, pills, even injections. I stumbled upon a video out of curiosity and thought, why not? I noticed no change on the first day, but on the second, I felt a gentle warmth. By the fourth day, I could climb the stairs without tears in my eyes. The pain isn't completely gone, but the desire to move has returned to me. I continue to apply the oil every night. Richard, 81, from Manchester, England. I'm not the type to believe in folk remedies. All my life, I've trusted doctors and followed their recommendations to the letter. But after years of taking anti-inflammatory drugs with little effect, I decided to try the oil. At first, I felt nothing. But after 2 weeks, I noticed it was easier to get up from the sofa. Now, in the mornings, I no longer need my cane. This journey wasn't quick, but the result is real. Claudia, 65, from Miami, Florida. I work at a computer, spending long hours sitting, and by the end of the day, my knees would be severely swollen. When I saw that this oil contained familiar ingredients like arnica and rosemary, I decided to give it a try. I especially loved the ritual itself, putting on relaxing music, warming a towel, and giving myself a massage. It helped not only to relieve the pain, but also to reduce my anxiety. After just a week, I started sleeping more peacefully and felt more energetic. And Francis, 90 years old, from Sydney, Australia. At my age, you don't expect miracles, but this oil gave me a small piece of happiness, the ability to walk to my garden on my own. Every evening, my granddaughter helps me apply it, and this moment has become something special for us. Sometimes, relief is about more than just the physical. As you can see, the effect can be quick for some and slower for others due to individual circumstances. Someone with mild inflammation might see rapid improvement, while for another, whose condition is linked to years of wear and tear, the recovery process will naturally take longer. Some people complement the use of the oil with a balanced diet, light walks, and proper rest. And this comprehensive approach can change so much. But what if it doesn't work for me? That can happen, of course. No remedy, whether natural or pharmaceutical, can guarantee a 100% success rate. Yet even if the ailment doesn't completely retreat, many people report progress in restoring mobility, improving their quality of sleep, and a general lift in their mood, which, in itself, is a significant achievement. The key to success is to be persistent, to let go of naive hopes for instant miracles, and to approach the process with genuine optimism. These aren't stories about mythical heroes. They are about ordinary people. Countless individuals who simply decided, enough suffering, and bravely chose to try something new. In fact, this oil can be used for much more than just soothing joint pain. What began as a remedy for aching joints can become a trusted ally in maintaining your overall well-being, especially if you are 60 or older and your body is sending more frequent signals that it needs attention and care. The primary benefit it offers is relief from discomfort in the muscle tissues of the shoulders, neck, and lower back. Over the years, many of us develop unpleasant symptoms related to poor posture, cervical osteoarthrosis, or accumulated muscle tension. To ease this stiffness, gently apply the oil with light motions to your neck or shoulders before bed. Some users report that after just a few nights, they no longer wake up with that feeling of a stiff, locked back. For the lower back, a gentle massage with circular motions helps relieve muscle spasms caused by prolonged sitting or lifting heavy objects. A second vital property of the oil is the improvement of sleep quality by reducing the discomfort that occurs at night. For many older adults, sleep is disrupted by pain, even if it's minor, especially when lying down. This can manifest as a stabbing pain in the knees, hips, or lower back. Regular use of the oil as part of an evening ritual not only eases these painful symptoms, but also promotes overall relaxation. Certain components, such as lavender or eucalyptus, have calming properties that contribute to a deep and serene sleep. The third aspect of its use concerns the care of hands affected by arthritis and feet prone to swelling. Painful sensations aren't limited to the knee joints. Our hands are one of the most vulnerable parts of our body, requiring special attention. Gently rubbing the oil into the fingers, wrists, and joints can help improve their mobility, reduce inflammation, and partially restore lost strength. This can make it easier to unscrew the lid of a jar or hold a pen with confidence again. As for the feet, Many seniors experience swelling or a burning sensation. Applying the oil with a subsequent massage before bed, especially around the ankles and soles, improves circulation and brings noticeable relief. Another way to use the oil is as a medium for a relaxing massage. Even if you don't have obvious pain issues, the oil fits perfectly into a practice of self-care and wellness. Many people incorporate this ritual into their weekly routine, dimming the lights, playing calm music, and taking a few minutes to massage their neck, shoulders, hands, or legs. This not only benefits the body physically, but also promotes emotional harmony, reminding us of the importance of caring for ourselves. However, it is crucial to exercise caution. Like any natural product, the oil requires mindful use. If you have allergies to botanical ingredients like rosemary, eucalyptus, or mint, it's essential to perform a patch test on a small area of skin first and observe the reaction. Do not apply the oil to open wounds, burns, or damaged skin. Avoid contact with eyes, mucous membranes, and other sensitive areas. If you experience itching, redness, or irritation, stop using it immediately and consult a doctor. This product is also not recommended for pregnant women or individuals with serious circulatory disorders without prior consultation with a specialist. It is always best to consult with your physician before beginning use. Despite its natural origins, its effects can be specific to each individual. Nevertheless, when all precautions are followed, the oil remains an accessible and effective solution for many older adults seeking to improve their condition without the constant use of medication. I remember the first days of my own little experiment. I didn't have high hopes. Over time, I had learned to resign myself to the pain in my knees, as if accepting the inevitable chill of winter. It was unpleasant, but it felt unavoidable. I imagined it was a natural companion to aging, something that couldn't be changed. But every evening, as I applied the oil, I felt something more than just a therapeutic effect. It became an act of self-care. Gradually, the morning stiffness became less intense. I stopped waking up feeling as if my knees were frozen in place. Most importantly, I regained faith in my ability to move without fear. No, it wasn't a miracle or a complete cure, but it was a powerful reminder. Pain can become a constant companion. A life shadowed by persistent suffering changes a person. Movements slow down, caution sets in, and sometimes a deep sadness. It's like watching an inner light gradually fade. But when you manage to find even the slightest relief, it's like lighting a candle in the pitch darkness. A light appears, and with it, hope returns. This leads us to certain foods that should absolutely be part of the diet for anyone over 60. It was a renowned European researcher, Dr. Julian Hayes, who spent his life uncovering the secrets to longevity. In our modern world, we are surrounded by bold claims, promises of a record-breaking lifespan of 120 years thanks to exotic superfoods, new powders that claim to slow down the aging process. The dream of an elixir for eternal youth persists. The internet is inundated with advertisements for supplements, diverse diets, and special devices that supposedly extend life, promising miracles for a price. Yet, as far back as the mid-20th century, when the average life expectancy was around 70 years, one researcher proved that longevity doesn't depend on any magical potions. Dr. Julian Hayes, a physician and member of a leading medical academy, dedicated 30 years to studying thousands of people. concluding that the secret to a long and healthy life lies in simple, accessible principles. Unlike modern experts, he did not promote expensive supplements or exotic methods. His approach was clear: gather facts, test them in practice, and follow his own discoveries. In 1932, while on a government-funded study of the elderly population, Dr. Hayes encountered a vast amount of contradictory information. The ages of the long-lived were often undocumented, and research methods were practically non-existent. So he developed his own meticulous system of verification, carefully examining birth certificates and church records, and interviewing neighbors to obtain reliable data. To filter out individuals with unreliable age information, the research team collected data on more than 40,000 people over the age of 80. Among them were farmers from the Appalachian Mountains, as well as representatives from various regions and social strata. The list included veterans of the First World War, people whose lives had passed through periods of war, famine, and radical change. The first thing Dr. Hayes noticed was that a high percentage of the long-lived resided in rural areas, and nearly all of them engaged in physical labor until a very old age. For instance, Michael Peterson from the Appalachian region, whose true age was confirmed by official documents, reached 116 years and mowed a quarter of an acre of land with a scythe every day. An elderly man named Mr. Miller, who lived to be 122, continued to work in the fields until he was 119, having previously worked as a carriage driver for 50 years. But Dr. Hayes wasn't content with just collecting statistics. He decided to test his hypothesis on himself. At the age of 44, while living in Boston, he built a house in Concord, a suburb. Every morning, before breakfast, he would go out into his garden to weed the beds, mow the grass, and chop wood. He called this daily routine yard work, simple and monotonous, yet free from all haste. Even during the hardships of World War II, when his daily ration was a meager 500 calories, he did not stop tending his garden. Despite the hunger, he grew onions and radishes to prevent vitamin deficiencies. One day, returning after a lecture for students, he nearly collapsed into the snow from weakness. But gathering his strength, he made it home. Later, he wrote in his diary, "If it weren't for the work in the garden, I would not have survived." The scientist noted a crucial aspect. The labor must be regular, but not exhausting. 2 hours a day was sufficient, provided it was done daily. He emphasized that work in the fresh air under the sun yields a greater effect than intense indoor workouts, which, in his observation, did not produce the desired results. While studying the diets of the long-lived, Dr. Hayes observed that their nutrition was simple and balanced. They rarely ate meat, about once a week or even less. The foundation of their diet consisted of seasonal vegetables, dairy products, and small portions of grains. In the summer, fresh greens, cabbage, and carrots predominated, while in winter, people consumed sauerkraut, beets, and dried fruits. The scientist paid special attention to periods of food shortages. All those he interviewed had survived at least 2 severe crises. The first was during the Great Depression. The second was World War II. Despite all the hardships, Dr. Hayes recounted, people who lived long lives maintained a habit of moderate eating. They did not overeat in times of plenty and knew how to control themselves when food was scarce. He personally adhered to the same rules. In summer, his table always featured fresh vegetables from his garden: onions, radishes, and later potatoes. He ate cottage cheese and prunes almost every day. Meat appeared on his menu no more than twice a week. During wartime rationing, When they received only a few ounces of bread a day, he supplemented his diet with greens from his plot, which helped prevent scurvy. For a long time, Dr. Hayes believed that the key to longevity was physical labor and a proper diet. However, in 1948, at the age of 79, an event occurred that he could not explain from a scientific standpoint. His wife, Eleanor, passed away. In his diary, he left an entry. On the third day after the funeral, I went out into the garden. But now, everything here seems alien and useless. From that moment on, he completely stopped tending his garden, forgot about his lectures, and his eating habits became erratic. Soon, heart problems appeared, and his vision deteriorated. Doctors strongly advised hospitalization, but he refused. 6 months later, when he returned to teaching and started a new family, his strength gradually began to return. After his second wife passed away 5 years later, Dr. Hayes lost his sight completely. This profound experience forced him to reconsider his earlier convictions. It turned out that even with the right diet and work regimen, a person needs something more to maintain their health. At 95, living alone, he wrote, "I have been convinced time and again that the most important thing in life is friendship." By the end of his life, Dr. Hayes had formulated a simple rule. Only those who skillfully avoid illness will live a long life. To achieve this, 3 conditions must be met. Work for at least 2 hours daily in the fresh air. Eat moderately, with an emphasis on vegetables, dairy products, and seasonal fruits. And maintain close contact with relatives, communicate, share life events, and spend time with family. He did not consider his advice a secret. For him, these were observations confirmed by experience. For example, those who stopped working in their garden after the age of 60 more often faced deteriorating health. People who lost loved ones and withdrew into themselves lost their interest in life, which led to a rapid decline. In his research and personal diaries, Dr. Hayes highlighted 2 vegetables he considered mandatory for the diet of those over 60. These foods helped support the body and met his criteria. They required minimal effort to grow and provided endurance for the elderly. Unfavorable conditions, high nutritional value, and affordability even for elderly people on a limited budget make white cabbage extremely popular. Dr. Hayes noted that this vegetable is one of the most practical to grow in temperate climates. It does not need frequent watering, can withstand short-term temperature drops, and retains its vitamins in fermented form for up to 6 months. The scientist stressed its importance as a source of vitamins and fiber, especially in winter when fresh vegetables are hard to find. In a letter to colleagues, he asserted, "Sauerkraut provides the body with vitamin C in winter and helps maintain immunity. About half a cup of this product a day is quite enough to maintain health." Dr. Hayes recommended dedicating a small plot of the garden to growing cabbage. A few heads are enough to provide a family of 2 or 3 with a supply of sauerkraut. Carrots, in the scientist's view, are a true storehouse of carotenoids. They do not require complex care. It is enough to loosen the soil once a week and regularly remove weeds. The root vegetables retain their beneficial qualities well when stored in a cool place for up to 6 months, ensuring a stable supply of beta-carotene, which is essential for healthy vision and skin. In a work dedicated to life extension and active old age, Dr. Hayes wrote, "The carrot is the only vegetable that can be consumed fresh year-round without losing its beneficial properties." Its regular consumption significantly reduces the risk of age-related macular degeneration. Dr. Hayes, a seasoned horticulturalist, often advised cultivating carrots in one's own garden. He argued that a harvest from a plot as small as 20 or 30 square feet could easily provide a person with their necessary daily intake of carotenoids. Following carrots, Dr. Hayes held the humble beet in high regard, placing it third on his list of essential crops. He praised its resilience, noting it was a vegetable that asks for very little in return. It rarely falls prey to pests and does not demand frequent watering. He particularly emphasized its high concentration of iron and dietary fiber, which aid in improving blood circulation and normalizing digestion, factors of special importance for the elderly. In his notes, he assured, "The beet provides the body with iron, even through the winter months. It can be stored in boxes of sand, a method that keeps the vegetable fresh and juicy until spring." The scientist recommended consuming beets either boiled or in salads, as cooking does not diminish their valuable properties. Even a modest harvest of 5 or 6 root vegetables allows for the regular preparation of hearty beet soup and salads for several weeks. But why this specific trio of vegetables? Dr. Hayes explained the choice based on 3 key parameters: accessibility, the ability to store seeds, and versatility in cultivation. The seeds of cabbage, carrots, and beets are easily preserved for the next season, and the plants themselves are well suited for cultivation in many regions of North America and Europe, including the Northern Territories. The nutritional value of these crops is exceptionally high. Together, they cover the body's primary needs for B vitamins, carotenoids, and minerals, a deficiency of which can accelerate the aging process. Furthermore, all 3 vegetables are simple to care for and process, making them accessible even to novice gardeners. Preservation without special equipment is also possible through methods like fermentation, drying, or proper storage. Our legs are more than just limbs. They are symbols of our freedom and inner confidence. When we lose the ability to use them fully, many ordinary tasks become insurmountable. Walking, standing, climbing stairs, or simply going out for a stroll all depend on a single, simple metric: the strength of our legs. Over time, this strength can wane, often so gradually that the change goes unnoticed. Yet there are certain foods capable of maintaining and even restoring muscle mass. Imagine, years from now, walking with a steady gait, free from the need for a cane or wheelchair. This isn't about magical remedies or questionable supplements, but about familiar foods, rich in beneficial substances that nourish muscles, fortify bones, and keep your legs healthy, active, and strong. Today, I will share a list of key foods that play a crucial role in preserving leg strength as we age. I will explain why they are so vital for our bodies and how they influence the condition of our muscles and bones. It is especially worth noting how simple it is to incorporate these products into your daily diet, ensuring your body receives all the necessary micronutrients. As the years pass, our bodies change. Activities once performed with ease begin to demand more effort. But this is not a reason to surrender. It is a call to pay closer attention to your health and to take responsibility for it sooner rather than later. The earlier you begin to care for your legs from within, the longer you will be able to preserve your independence and activity in daily life. Have you noticed that climbing the stairs has become more tiring, or that after a short walk, your legs and muscles demand a prolonged rest? This phenomenon is familiar to many. With age, a condition known as sarcopenia sets in, manifesting as a gradual decrease in muscle mass. This process occurs naturally as the body ages, particularly after the age of 60, when muscles slowly lose their volume and power. The primary reason is not a lack of care, but a decline in the hormonal levels that once maintained muscles in good condition. Additionally, with age, the body becomes less efficient at absorbing the proteins and micronutrients necessary for muscle tissue repair. All these changes contribute to a deterioration in balance while walking, difficulty in rising from a bed or chair, rapid muscle fatigue even with minor exertion, and an increased likelihood of falls. For the elderly, a fall is not merely an inconvenience. It is a serious threat to their health and independence. Often, neglecting the care of one's legs leads to a lengthy recovery that can stretch for weeks or even months. In some cases, it results in the loss of the ability to move without assistance. This is why it is so important to care for your legs proactively before they begin to signal problems. It is crucial to understand that with age, the body does not simply break down. It transforms into a new state of being. To support it in this new form, different methods are required. Self-care after 30 takes on an entirely new meaning, demanding a fresh approach and different tools than those used before. During this period, it becomes vital to promptly recognize the signals your body sends as they become clearer and more distinct. However, the body is no longer capable of producing everything it needs for health on its own. Imagine your muscles are like young plants. In the early stages of life, they develop rapidly, thriving on sunlight, water, and nutrients with almost no intervention from you. But over time, the soil loses its properties. The sun shines less brightly, and without additional watering and care, the plants begin to wither. A similar situation occurs with a person's legs. If they are not provided with the necessary hydration, proteins, minerals, and vital energy, their strength significantly diminishes over the years. There exists a remarkable natural remedy, one seemingly designed for those whose legs have grown cold, weary, and feel like strangers over the years. Ginger, a root with a piquant aroma that many are accustomed to using in cooking, is actually capable of restoring health and strength to the legs. Ginger is often added to tea or used as a spice, but not everyone knows that for the elderly, this root can be a true salvation, especially when feet feel cold even under a warm blanket, and muscles lose their firmness with each passing year. It is this very root that possesses unique properties. Ginger has an amazing ability to improve blood circulation in the most remote parts of the body, bringing relief and restoring energy. Thanks to its warming effect, blood vessels dilate, allowing the feet and toes to warm up from the inside. Hidden within the ginger root is a substance called gingerol, which promotes improved blood flow. This means that oxygen and nutrients can reach even those areas that are difficult for normal circulation to access. In addition to this, ginger helps to combat the age-related weakening of muscles known as sarcopenia. It gently accelerates metabolic processes, which in turn improves the absorption of protein, a substance vital for maintaining muscle mass. There is a simple way to enhance ginger's positive impact. Brew a tea by grating a small piece of the root into hot water and add a teaspoon of honey. Then, find a comfortable position and give your feet a light massage. No special skills are required. Using circular motions, massage the soles of your feet, starting from the heel and gradually moving towards the toes. Then alternately bend and straighten your toes, as if trying to grasp something with them. Afterward, relax them. After just 5 minutes, you will feel an almost immediate sense of relief. Your feet will become warmer, and a pleasant feeling of lightness will emerge. The story of Teresa, an 82-year-old grandmother, vividly demonstrates how much ginger can improve one's quality of life. During the winter, her feet would get so cold that she couldn't sleep, even in warm woolen socks. Medical specialists could only offer explanations, but no effective solution. Age and circulation problems often seem insurmountable, but one day, her neighbor advised Teresa to drink ginger tea and massage her feet every night. At first, she was skeptical, but after just 7 days, she noticed that her feet had become warmer and no longer felt cold at night. A month later, something amazing happened. Teresa was able to stand up from a garden bench on her own, something she hadn't been able to do for many years. It turned out that ginger not only warms the limbs, but also restores their former strength to the muscles. Now, she starts every morning with a cup of this aromatic drink and is confident that she feels 10 years younger. Ginger is not a panacea, but it is an extremely simple and accessible method for caring for the condition of your legs. It can be included not only in tea, but also in soups, stews, or simply consumed in small quantities after meals. The most important thing is to do it regularly. This can make the cold in your feet vanish, while helping your muscles stay strong for longer. When combined with a gentle massage and simple toe exercises, the effect becomes even more pronounced. Sometimes, the simplest methods yield the most remarkable results. Small changes in your daily routine can grant you extra years of free and easy movement. As we age, many notice that their feet begin to feel cold, muscles lose their firmness, and night cramps disrupt a peaceful night's sleep. However, with the right approach, these problems can be managed. An unexpected source of relief might be sitting right in your kitchen. It's ordinary garlic, an ingredient we often add to soups and meat dishes without fully realizing the healing power it holds. Garlic is a natural remedy for maintaining vascular health. It contains allicin, a substance that gently dilates blood vessels, ensuring that blood flows freely even to the most remote parts of the body, including the feet. When circulation returns to normal, your feet no longer feel cold, and your muscle tissues receive the essential nutrients they need to maintain tone and overall health. The cold in your feet begins to fade. Your muscles are enriched with oxygen and elements that help combat sarcopenia, the age-related decline in muscle mass. The benefits of garlic don't stop there. It is also rich in potassium and magnesium, which help prevent cramps, especially those sudden, sharp pains in the calf muscles that strike at night. To maximize its benefits, it's recommended to consume garlic with a little something else, though you don't need to eat a whole clove. There's a simple method. Finely chop 1 clove of garlic and let it sit for 10 minutes to activate the allicin. Then, mix it with a teaspoon of honey and let the mixture dissolve slowly in your mouth. This method is not only effective, but also helps to mellow the sharp taste of the garlic. The pungent aroma is best utilized in the morning or during the day, allowing its circulatory benefits to work throughout the day. Before you begin this simple garlic ritual, take a few minutes for your feet. Sit comfortably in a chair, remove your shoes and socks, and place your feet on a massage mat, or even the firm surface of a regular carpet. Slowly roll your feet from your heels to your toes, feeling the blood begin to flow actively toward your digits. Next, Try to pick up a small object, like a pencil or a handkerchief, using only your toes. This simple exercise enhances the effects of the garlic by stimulating circulation and strengthening the muscles in your feet. The story of 73-year-old Helen P. is a vivid example of how garlic can improve one's quality of life. After undergoing heart surgery, her legs would swell terribly, her feet were always cold, and the night cramps were so painful that she grew afraid to go to sleep. Doctors prescribed numerous medications, but their effects were only temporary. One day, a neighbor at her country home suggested she try garlic. Though she was skeptical at first, she began eating a clove with honey every day. Feeling she had nothing to lose, she committed to the routine. Within a week, she noticed a significant reduction in the swelling. After a month, she could once again wear her favorite shoes, which had been sitting unused in her closet for a long time. The most touching moment for her came one cold winter evening, when she felt warmth in her feet, which had always remained cold before, even in the warmest socks. Today, Helen happily shares what felt like a true miracle. Garlic not only restored her physical health, but also warmed her soul. To feel lightness in your legs again, to experience true joy at that age, that is real magic. And did you know that the common apple, which we often enjoy as a snack, can be a true salvation for the tired legs of the elderly? These juicy fruits, found in almost every garden, contain incredible substances capable of restoring youthfulness to your legs, warming them on cool evenings, and alleviating agonizing night cramps. Apples contain a unique combination of quercetin and rutin, two components that strengthen blood vessel walls and enhance their elasticity. When your vessels are healthy, blood flows freely to every part of your body, reaching the very tips of your toes and warming them from the inside out. The apple peel is especially important, as it contains ursolic acid, a compound that helps fight sarcopenia and prevent age-related muscle loss. Furthermore, apples are rich in potassium, a mineral whose deficiency often leads to painful leg cramps. To get the maximum benefit, it's recommended to eat apples with the skin on, after washing them thoroughly. Fruits that are slightly tart are particularly valuable, as they tend to have higher concentrations of vitamins and minerals. If you eat 2 or 3 apples daily, you may notice positive results within a few weeks. Additionally, an apple eaten an hour or 2 before bed can help prevent night cramps and ensure a comfortable, restful night. After you've eaten your apple, perform a simple yet effective ritual for your feet. Get comfortable and remove your shoes and socks. Take an ordinary glass bottle, perhaps an empty one from mineral water. Place it on the floor and slowly roll it back and forth with your feet for about 5 to 7 minutes. This acts as both a massage and a gentle exercise for your legs, activating blood flow and amplifying the effects of the beneficial substances from the apple. Repeating this exercise regularly will bring a feeling of lightness to your legs and more confidence to your stride. The story of 80-year-old John, who lives in a small town, is especially touching. After a severe bout of the flu, his legs grew very weak. His feet were constantly cold, and the night cramps in his calves were so excruciating that he would often cry out in pain and fear. The doctors at the local clinic simply shrugged, attributing his condition to age. However, his granddaughter, while visiting for a holiday, began bringing him fresh apples from her garden every evening. She convinced him to start rolling a bottle with his bare feet. John was doubtful at first, but after 2 weeks, the cramps became less frequent. A month later, he felt a long-awaited sense of relief. Before, he could barely walk to the river on his own, but now he joyfully says the apples have given his legs new strength. The empty bottle has become his personal trainer. In the evenings, he sits on his porch, gently rolling it with his bare feet, sharing with his neighbors his discovery of the simple power of apples. Apples are not a magic elixir, but they are an accessible and pleasant way to support your body. They require no complex preparation, are inexpensive, and may even be free if you have a garden. Their effect is gentle yet powerful. The key is consistency. Eating them regularly and not forgetting the simple foot massage. Day by day, your legs can grow stronger. Cramps may become a memory, and a welcome warmth can return to your feet. Sometimes, the most ordinary things, always within reach, offer more help than expensive medications. You only need to believe in their power and give them a chance to work. In the produce aisle, you'll find a humble yet incredibly beneficial vegetable that many buy only for making soups, unaware of its healing properties. This is the common beet, with its rich, deep red color. This root vegetable can become a true ally for older individuals struggling with leg problems. When your feet are constantly cold, your muscles feel weak, and night cramps ruin your sleep, beets can be a natural remedy to bring back the joy of movement. Beets contain unique substances called nitrates. In the body, these are converted into nitric oxide, a compound that acts as a natural vasodilator, improving blood flow and reducing tension in the vessel walls. Blood can then circulate freely, even to the most distant parts of the body, delivering essential nutrition and warmth. You may feel significant relief as warmth returns to your toes, which were once perpetually cold. What's more, beets contain betaine, which can help reduce inflammation in joints and muscles. This root vegetable is also a good source of potassium and magnesium, deficiencies of which are often the cause of painful cramps. The iron found in beets helps combat anemia, a common cause of weakness and fatigue in the legs. It is best to consume beets raw. Try grating one finely and mixing it with a small amount of flaxseed or olive oil for maximum benefit. The recommended daily portion is about half a cup of beet salad. For maximum benefit, it's best consumed in the first half of the day. If raw beets seem too tough, they can be baked in the oven. This method softens them considerably while preserving most of their beneficial nutrients. Beets pair wonderfully with walnuts or prunes. This combination not only enhances the flavor, but also has a positive effect on the health of your blood vessels. After eating the salad, it is recommended to perform a simple yet highly effective ritual for your feet. Prepare 2 basins, one with warm water, not hot, and the other with cold. Alternate immersing your feet in each basin, holding them for 30 seconds at a time. When you finish, don't dry your feet completely. A gentle pat with a towel is enough. Then lie down and rest your feet on a pillow. This contrast bath for your feet provides significant relief and takes only about 5 minutes. This simple routine greatly enhances the therapeutic effects of the beets, strengthening vessel walls and improving blood circulation. Regular practice will help you feel a lightness in your legs and a surge of energy throughout the day. The story of 75-year-old Anne S. is deeply moving. After undergoing hip surgery, the mobility in her legs was significantly reduced. Even when wearing warm woolen socks, her feet remained cold, and the nightly cramps in her calves were so painful that she grew afraid of going to sleep. Doctors prescribed numerous medications, but she found no relief. During a trip to her country home, a neighbor offered Anne a beet salad, a common remedy for anemia. Without much hope, she began to eat the salad regularly, and after about a week, she noticed her feet were getting warmer. Later, by combining the beet salad with the contrast foot baths, she experienced what felt like a true miracle. A month later, for the first time in nearly 2 years, she was able to walk to the bench outside her home on her own. Now, every morning begins with a glass of freshly squeezed beet juice, and in the evenings, she takes her healing foot baths, calling this ritual her secret to youth. Her grandchildren smile and say their grandmother is on beetroot fuel as they watch her confidently strolling through the park. Amongst the marshes and coniferous forests grows an unassuming berry that can be a true salvation for the elderly suffering from various circulatory problems and weakened blood vessels. Its healing properties have been known since ancient times, and now its use is gaining popularity due to its effectiveness and accessibility. This gift of nature can restore vitality and ease the lives of many who face such difficulties. The sensation of cold in the extremities, muscle weakness, and painful night cramps are often linked to poor circulation. This is where cranberries come to the rescue, small, bright red berries that contain a powerful natural complex of active substances. They hold a unique blend of organic acids and antioxidants that act as the body's natural defense system. They help cleanse blood vessels, improving blood flow, and bringing warmth to even the most remote parts of the body, including the tips of the toes. The most valuable components of these berries are proanthocyanidins, which strengthen capillary walls and prevent the swelling often seen in older adults. For mature individuals, the potassium and magnesium they contain are especially beneficial, helping to combat nightly muscle cramps. It's best to consume cranberries fresh, mashed with a small amount of honey. 1 or 2 tablespoons of this mixture daily is sufficient. If fresh berries are unavailable, frozen cranberries can be used, as they retain nearly all their beneficial properties when stored correctly. The best time to eat them is in the morning on an empty stomach with a glass of warm water. A simple cranberry drink made from mashed berries and slightly warm water is not only pleasant to taste, but also supports vascular health. After consuming the cranberries, a light leg massage is beneficial. Sit comfortably. Apply a little olive oil to your palms, adding 2 or 3 drops of rosemary essential oil. This will help improve blood flow and relax the muscles. If you have no allergic reactions, gently massage your feet in circular motions, paying special attention to the area beneath the toes. Then, move on to the calves, working from the bottom up, as if helping the blood flow back toward the heart. This simple yet effective ritual takes only 7 to 10 minutes and significantly enhances the beneficial effects of the cranberries, improving circulation throughout the body. The story of 82-year-old Nicholas P. is truly inspiring. After a stroke, his left leg almost ceased to function. His foot was constantly cold, and nightly spasms caused excruciating pain. Doctors explained that such symptoms were considered normal at his age. However, his granddaughter, a medical student, decided to help by preparing a cranberry drink for him daily. At first, Nicholas was skeptical of berry concoctions and leg massages, but after just 2 weeks, he noticed the cramps were diminishing. A month later, a real miracle occurred. He managed to walk from his bed to the kitchen on his own. He now joyfully says that cranberries became his red lifesaver, and his granddaughter, his personal doctor. Every autumn, they go to the local bog together to pick berries, and Nicholas is certain that it is thanks to them that the joy of movement has returned to his life. Every kernel of a walnut holds astonishing power, capable of restoring vitality to tired legs. Their shape, resembling a human brain, hints at the rare substances they contain, which are especially beneficial for older people with cold extremities. Muscle weakness, nighttime cramps, and a feeling of cold in the feet are often linked to insufficient circulation. Walnuts contain alpha-linolenic acid, an omega-3 fatty acid that acts as a natural lubricant for blood vessels, improving blood circulation and warming the toes from within. The main advantage of these nuts is L-arginine, an amino acid that converts into nitric oxide in the body, helping to dilate blood vessels and improve blood flow. Walnuts also contain magnesium and potassium, which help combat nighttime cramps. For noticeable results, it is enough to eat 5 to 7 walnut kernels daily, preferably in the morning. Soaking the nuts in water overnight makes them easier for the body to digest. Crushed walnuts can be added to oatmeal or cottage cheese in the morning, or simply chewed slowly to savor their rich flavor. Walnuts pair especially well with honey, creating a delicious and healthy mixture for the blood vessels. After eating the nuts, it's beneficial to perform a simple exercise to improve circulation in the legs. Sit on the edge of a chair, keeping your back straight. Slowly rise up onto your toes, then lower back down onto your full foot. Repeat this movement 20 to 30 times, feeling the calf muscles work. Then, without standing up, extend your legs forward and make 10 circular rotations with your feet in each direction. This short routine takes only 5 to 7 minutes, but significantly boosts the positive effects of the walnuts. The story of 78-year-old Valerie Y. is deeply touching. After breaking her hip, she almost stopped leaving her house. Her feet were always cold, her muscles had weakened, and nightly cramps gave her no peace. Doctors shrugged, attributing her condition to age-related changes. But her grandson, a medical student, brought his grandmother a handful of walnuts every day and encouraged her. At first, Valerie was skeptical of the simple leg exercises. However, after about 2 weeks, she noticed her feet were becoming warmer. A month later, a true miracle happened. She walked to the bench by her building's entrance all on her own. Now she calls walnuts her kernels of youth, and is certain they helped her regain her strength and improve her health. Valerie starts each morning feeling a lightness in her movements, eating a few nuts and performing the special leg exercises that have become her morning ritual. Tiny, golden brown flax seeds hold immense power, capable of working wonders for the legs of the elderly. Within these tiny, seemingly insignificant seeds lies a wealth of nutrients that help maintain warmth in your limbs, support muscle tone, and reduce the disruptive night cramps that can ruin a peaceful sleep. Flax seeds are rightfully hailed as a leading plant-based source of omega-3 fatty acids. Think of them as natural cleansers for your blood vessels, working to clear away cholesterol and boost circulation throughout your entire body, right down to the tiniest capillaries in your toes. But their true treasure lies in lignans, unique plant compounds with powerful anti-inflammatory properties that can soothe discomfort in joints and muscles. The potassium and magnesium found in these seeds are also highly effective at combating night cramps, a common and frustrating issue, particularly for the elderly. To unlock their full potential, it's crucial to consume them correctly. The remarkable properties of flax seeds are best released when they are finely ground. The body absorbs their valuable components much more efficiently when you add just 1 or 2 tablespoons of this product to your daily diet. Ground flax harmonizes beautifully with morning porridge, yogurt, or kefir. You can also sprinkle it over your favorite salads or simply dissolve it in a glass of warm water. A particularly beneficial combination is flaxseed with cottage cheese, as this pairing enriches the body with extra energy and promotes overall health. Flax seeds also serve as an excellent source of complete protein, which plays a key role in preventing the age-related muscle weakening known as sarcopenia. After consuming flax seeds, it is recommended to perform a light but highly effective leg massage. To do this, apply a small amount of flaxseed oil to your palms. This oil is known for its unique, nourishing properties and is gentle on the skin. With soft, circular motions, massage your feet, starting from the toes and gradually moving towards the heels. Then, gently knead your calf muscles with upward strokes, which helps improve venous circulation. Complete the procedure with a light massage of your thighs, stroking them slowly towards the groin area. The entire routine takes about 10 minutes, yet the positive effect is felt almost immediately. Your legs will fill with a pleasant warmth, and your muscles will feel light and revitalized. Consider the moving story of William, a retiree. Following major heart surgery, William was left with severe swelling in his legs. His feet were perpetually cold, and agonizing calf cramps shattered his sleep night after night. Despite being prescribed numerous medications, any temporary relief was quickly followed by a return of his old problems. While in the hospital, a roommate suggested he try flax seeds. William began taking a tablespoon of freshly ground seeds with kefir every morning. In the evenings, his wife would massage his legs with flaxseed oil. After just a few days, the swelling had noticeably subsided. Within a month, the night cramps stopped, and after 3 months, for the first time in a long while, William could walk freely in the park without needing to stop and rest. Today, he calls flax seeds his precious remedy and is convinced they are what gave him back the joy of movement. His daily ritual of a spoonful of ground flax in the morning and a pleasant leg massage in the evening has become an integral part of his life. Of course, flax seeds are not a magic cure-all. They are a natural product that, when used consistently, can bring remarkable improvement to the health of your legs. Moreover, unlike many modern medications, this product is affordable and easy to find, and it doesn't cause adverse reactions. The key is not to expect instant results, but to give these humble seeds time to reveal their healing properties. Combined with a simple massage, flax seeds can restore warmth to your feet, reduce swelling and spasms, and give you a feeling of lightness when you walk. Often, time-tested remedies passed down through generations prove to be far more effective than expensive drugs. You only need to trust in their power and allow them to help. In these minuscule seeds, which many see as just a garnish for baked goods, lies an astonishing healing potential. Sesame seeds are rightfully called a treasure trove of nutrients, capable of restoring a youthful feeling to tired, aching legs. This is especially valuable for older individuals whose feet are constantly cold, whose muscle strength is waning, and whose sleep is disturbed by nightly spasms. The main advantage of sesame is its high calcium content, which is essential not only for strong bones, but also for proper muscle function. A calcium deficiency can prevent muscles from contracting fully, leading to weakness and painful spasms. Of particular value are substances like sesamol and sesamin. These rare antioxidants protect blood vessels from damage and maintain their health. They also improve circulation, helping to warm even the coldest of feet. The magnesium and potassium in the seeds provide a natural relaxing effect, preventing night cramps. For best results, consume sesame seeds slightly warmed and after they've been soaked. 1 to 2 tablespoons daily is all you need. They can be added to salads or porridges, or simply chewed thoroughly and washed down with warm water. The combination of sesame and honey is especially prized. This pairing is not only delicious, but also enhances the absorption of the seed's active components. Sesame milk, which is easy to make at home by blending soaked seeds with water, is an excellent drink for strengthening muscles and bones. After enjoying your sesame, try these simple exercises to enhance the benefits. Sit comfortably in a chair with your back straight and feet flat on the floor. Begin by alternating between lifting your heels and then your toes, rocking back and forth. Repeat this about 20 to 30 times. Next, while still seated, extend your legs out in front of you and rotate your ankles, making 10 circles in each direction. This simple routine takes only about 5 to 7 minutes, but by improving circulation, it significantly boosts the benefits you receive from the sesame seeds. The story of 79-year-old Maria is particularly moving. After breaking her hip, she almost stopped walking altogether. Her legs grew weak, her feet were always cold, and nightly cramps robbed her of sleep. Doctors told her such symptoms were normal for her age, but she refused to accept this as her fate. An elderly neighbor of Mediterranean descent brought Maria a jar of homemade tahini, a paste made from sesame seeds. From that day on, Maria ate a spoonful of the paste with honey every morning and performed her simple exercises. After just 2 weeks, the cramps became less frequent. A month later, her feet began to feel warmer, and after 3 months, for the first time in a very long time, she was able to walk to the bench outside her house on her own. Today, Maria calls sesame her true source of vitality, and is certain it was what helped her regain her freedom of movement. She starts every day with her spoonful of paste and what she calls her little gymnastics. It might come as a surprise, but a beloved treat can also play a role in the health of your legs as you age. However, we're talking about high-quality dark chocolate with a cocoa content of at least 70%. This isn't just a delicious dessert. It's an effective aid against cold feet, weakened muscles, and night spasms. Cocoa beans contain a unique component called epicatechin, which acts as a natural stimulant for your blood vessels. It helps veins and arteries stay elastic and strong, improving blood flow throughout the body, including the smallest capillaries in your toes. The main secret of dark chocolate is theobromine, which gently dilates blood vessels, ensuring a free flow of blood that can warm even the coldest feet. Furthermore, dark chocolate contains magnesium and potassium, minerals whose deficiency is often a cause of painful nightly muscle spasms. All it takes is about 1 ounce of dark chocolate a day to reap these benefits. It's best to choose bars with 70% cocoa or higher, as this is where the highest concentration of beneficial substances is found. The best time to enjoy your chocolate is in the morning or early afternoon, as this is when the body can most effectively absorb its valuable components. To truly benefit from chocolate, it's best not to simply bite into it, but to let it dissolve slowly in your mouth. This not only unlocks its health benefits, but also allows you to fully savor its deep, rich flavor. It pairs especially well with nuts. This combination provides the body with everything it needs to strengthen muscle tissue and the walls of your blood vessels. After enjoying your chocolate, it's helpful to perform a simple exercise to improve circulation in your legs. Sit comfortably, remove your shoes, and place a warm water bottle in front of you. Roll it back and forth with the soles of your feet for 5 to 7 minutes. Afterward, rise up onto your toes and then slowly lower your heels, repeating this movement 10 to 15 times. This short routine takes no more than 10 minutes, but it significantly helps the body absorb the beneficial nutrients from the chocolate by promoting free blood flow in the legs. Consider the touching story of 80-year-old Uncle Pete. After a stroke, he lost most of the control in his legs. His feet were always cold, even when the sun was shining and the air was warm. The nightly cramps in his calves were so severe he couldn't help but cry out in pain. Despite taking medications prescribed by his doctors, he found no relief. One day, his granddaughter heard about the healing properties of dark chocolate and began giving her grandfather this treat every day. At first, he doubted that a sweet could help, but after a week, the cramps became noticeably weaker. A month later, for the first time in a very long time, he felt a pleasant warmth in his feet. Now he affectionately calls dark chocolate his sweet medicine, and sincerely believes it was what restored health to his legs. His day now begins with the joy of movement, indulging in a small piece of chocolate and performing his simple leg exercises. This morning ritual has become a special and important part of his life. Among the variety of fruit juices, one stands out as particularly beneficial for older adults experiencing cold feet, muscle weakness, and night cramps. This is pomegranate juice. Its rich, ruby color and slightly tart flavor hide an incredible healing power. It contains a vast amount of important substances capable of restoring suppleness and youth to your legs. The key feature of pomegranate is its punicalagins, powerful antioxidants that naturally cleanse the blood vessels. They stimulate blood flow, allowing blood to more easily reach even the most distant areas, including the tips of the toes, warming them from within. Another important component of this juice is nitrates, which the body converts into nitric oxide. This element widens the blood vessels, allowing blood to circulate freely. In addition, the juice is rich in calcium and other beneficial minerals. Magnesium and other micronutrients are vital for health, as they help prevent painful spasms, especially those that strike suddenly in the calves during the night. To feel the positive effects, aim to drink about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of natural pomegranate juice daily. It's best to use freshly squeezed juice or a high-quality, not from concentrate juice, with no added sugar. The optimal time for consumption is in the morning, when the body is most receptive to beneficial components. It is recommended to drink the juice slowly, in small sips. If the taste seems too strong or tart, you can dilute it with a little water to make it lighter and more pleasant to drink. This approach helps maintain health and improve the well-being of your legs, and pomegranate juice can truly play a significant role in this process. The drink is wonderfully complemented by a small spoonful of honey, which not only enhances the taste, but also provides additional benefits for the circulatory system. After you've had your fresh juice, take a few moments for a simple leg massage. Sit comfortably and apply a small amount of coconut or olive oil to your palms. Begin by gently massaging your feet in circular motions, paying special attention to the heels and the area beneath your toes. Then, move higher and carefully massage your calves, working your way from the bottom up, as if helping the blood flow back toward your heart. Finish the procedure with light, soothing strokes on your thighs. This entire process takes no more than 10 minutes, yet it will leave you with a feeling of comfort and improved circulation in your legs. The results will be noticeable almost instantly. Your legs will fill with a pleasant warmth, and your muscles will relax and feel calm. The story of 70-year-old Anna is a poignant one. After undergoing heart surgery, her legs were constantly swollen, and her feet remained cold even inside warm woolen socks. To make matters worse, nightly cramps prevented her from getting a peaceful night's rest. Doctors prescribed numerous medications, but nothing brought relief. By chance, her grandson, a medical student, began bringing her freshly squeezed pomegranate juice every day. At first, Anna was skeptical, but after just 7 days, she noticed the swelling had gone down. A month later, she felt warmth in her feet for the first time in ages, and after 3 months, she was able to walk to the store on her own again. Today, she calls pomegranate juice her ruby elixir, and is firmly convinced that this drink gave her back the joy of free movement. Every morning for her begins with this juice. A glass of it, followed by a light leg massage, has become her sacred ritual. In addition to this, red grapes offer another natural remedy for improving the condition of your legs. Nature has gifted us a particularly valuable product capable of helping older adults who often suffer from cold limbs, muscle weakness, and night cramps. This gift is the red grape, with its juicy berries that hide an amazing healing power. Each bunch of this sun-kissed fruit contains a unique complex of substances capable of returning a former lightness and youthfulness to your legs. The main advantage of red grapes lies in resveratrol, a potent antioxidant that acts as a natural guardian for your blood vessels. It helps maintain the flexibility of veins and arteries, improves blood flow throughout the body, and warms even the coldest of feet. These berries are also valued for their flavonoids, which strengthen capillary walls and prevent the swelling that often troubles the elderly. Grapes also contain potassium and magnesium, which help eliminate the discomfort of disruptive night cramps. To improve your condition, it's enough to eat a small bunch of red grapes daily, weighing about 1 cup. It is best to choose varieties with seeds, as they contain the highest concentration of beneficial components. It is recommended to eat the berries slowly, chewing each one thoroughly to enhance the absorption of vitamins and minerals. Walnuts make an excellent addition to grapes, beautifully complementing their taste and nutritional value. The combination of these two products provides the body with everything it needs to strengthen muscles and blood vessels. After eating the grapes, it's a good idea to perform a few exercises to improve circulation in your legs. Sit on a chair, remove your shoes, and place your feet on the floor. Alternately lift each leg, stimulating blood exchange and warming your limbs. Perform a rolling motion with your feet, as if shifting your weight from your toes to your heels. Repeat this exercise 20 to 30 times. After that, while remaining in the same position, straighten your legs and make circular motions with your feet, 10 times in one direction and 10 in the other. This simple routine takes only about 5 to 7 minutes, but significantly enhances the absorption of the beneficial substances from the grapes. The story of 80-year-old Michael is deeply moving. After a stroke, his legs barely obeyed him. His feet were constantly freezing, and nightly cramps made it impossible to sleep peacefully. The doctors could only shrug, attributing it to his age. However, his granddaughter, who had come to visit from the city, began bringing him fresh red grapes from their country garden every day. At first, Michael was wary, but after just 2 weeks, he noticed that the cramps were bothering him less. A month later, he felt warmth in his feet for the first time in a very long time. And after 3 months, he was able to walk to the store by himself. Today, he calls the grapes his berries of life, and is certain that they are what returned the joy of movement to him. Every day, he eats a small bunch of grapes and does his simple leg exercises. This ritual has become something very important to him. While red grapes are not a cure-all, they are a generous gift from nature that, when consumed regularly, can significantly improve the health and comfort of your legs. It's pleasant, readily available, and unlike many medications, it has virtually no harmful side effects. The key is to use it regularly and not forget about simple exercises. Then, with each passing day, your legs will grow stronger and healthier. Cramps will become less frequent, and a long-awaited warmth will return to your limbs. Sometimes, all it takes is a little faith in the power of nature. The most accessible and fragrant foods, grown close to home, often provide far more benefit to our bodies than modern medicines. All that's required is to believe in their power and allow them to work their magic. One such treasure is a familiar golden spice, often sitting unnoticed in our kitchen cabinets, its incredible benefits hidden in plain sight. We are talking about turmeric, a vibrant spice that can be a true salvation for older adults suffering from poor circulation, night cramps, and muscle weakness. Turmeric contains a unique compound called curcumin, which naturally thins the blood. This helps blood flow freely through the vessels, warming even the coldest of feet. Its potent anti-inflammatory properties also help reduce pain and fatigue in muscles and joints. For those who often suffer from cramps at night, turmeric offers true relief, becoming an indispensable ally after dark. The most effective way to use it is in a beverage known as golden milk. Before bed, prepare a cup of warm milk. Plant-based milk works just as well. Add half a teaspoon of turmeric, a pinch of black pepper, which enhances curcumin's effects, and a small spoonful of honey. This warm drink not only heats the body from the inside, but also ensures your legs a long night free from painful cramps. After drinking your golden milk, perform a simple but highly beneficial ritual. Prepare a basin of warm water and soak your feet for 5 to 7 minutes. Then gently pat them dry, keeping the skin warm. Apply a little coconut oil and, with soft, stroking motions, massage your legs from your toes up to your knees, as if helping the blood move upward. This simple ritual takes no more than 10 minutes, but you will feel the results immediately. Your legs will fill with a pleasant warmth, and you will wake up in the morning without that familiar feeling of stiffness. The story of 75-year-old Lydia will touch everyone. After fracturing her hip, her legs became very weak. At night, she was tormented by severe cramps, and her feet remained cold even on hot summer days. Doctors prescribed numerous medications, but relief never came. By chance, her daughter learned about the healing properties of turmeric and convinced her mother to try it. For the first 2 weeks, Lydia skeptically drank what she called that yellow drink. But soon, a true miracle occurred. One morning, she woke up to the sound of her alarm clock, not to the unbearable pain in her leg. A month later, her neighbors were amazed by the change in her. She began to go outside again, cautiously at first, but stepping confidently on strong legs. Now, every morning for her begins with a short walk, and every evening she drinks her golden milk, which she calls her elixir of youth for the legs. Turmeric doesn't work instantly, but with regular use and simple evening rituals, it restores strength to the legs, warms the feet, and helps you sink into a calm, deep sleep. The most amazing thing about this sunny powder is its accessibility and low cost, yet it often works more effectively than many expensive drugs. The key is to give your body time, and to believe that even in our later years, our legs are capable of much more than we think. There is another simple and very beneficial food that is often overlooked when caring for leg health in older age: ordinary pumpkin seeds. These small, flat kernels, which many people simply discard, can be true allies in strengthening your health. For people suffering from spasms, weakness, and a constant feeling of cold in their feet, pumpkin seeds can be a real lifesaver. They are rich in magnesium, zinc, and potassium, minerals that become especially important with age. Magnesium helps muscles relax, preventing painful night cramps. Potassium supports the normal function of nerve endings, relieving that unpleasant tingling sensation in the feet. And zinc improves the condition of blood vessels, ensuring unimpeded circulation that helps warm even the coldest toes. Particularly noteworthy is the high concentration of tryptophan in pumpkin seeds, an amino acid that stimulates the production of serotonin, positively affecting both physical and emotional well-being. Experts advise consuming the seeds in their natural, lightly dried form, without roasting. A daily portion of about a handful is sufficient. It's easy to add them to your morning porridge, a salad, or simply enjoy them as a healthy snack. Regularly including these seeds in your diet, especially 2 or 3 hours before bed, significantly reduces the frequency of night cramps. After consuming your daily portion of seeds, it's helpful to perform a simple exercise. Get comfortable. Take off your shoes and socks, and place your feet on a cool floor. Slowly rock from your heels to your toes and back, feeling the muscles activate. Then, wiggle your toes, as if stretching them, to improve blood flow. Imagine you are trying to grasp something with your toes. This exercise, which takes only 5 minutes, significantly improves circulation and enhances the effects of the nutrients from the seeds. The story of David, an 80-year-old country resident, is particularly compelling. After a stroke, his legs practically stopped obeying him. At night, he was tormented by sharp spasms, and his feet remained cold even in summer. The local doctors could only shrug, attributing everything to age. However, his granddaughter, visiting from the city, dried pumpkin seeds for him every evening, which they had harvested together from their garden. At first, the old man chuckled at this new-fangled remedy, but after just 2 weeks, he noticed the cramps were becoming much less frequent. A month later, for the first time in a long while, he was able to walk to the well on his own. Now, he once again tends to his small plot of land and calls his beloved seeds his country elixir of youth. Have you ever noticed that after a long walk, your legs feel heavy, as if filled with lead? Or perhaps you've been woken up at night by a sudden, sharp cramp in your calf. It's possible that your muscles are simply lacking essential nutrients. Imagine your legs are like a tree, and dark leafy greens are the life-giving nourishment that strengthens the roots and makes the branches strong and flexible. Plants like spinach, chard, kale, and arugula are an excellent source of this support. These seemingly simple leaves hide a true wealth of minerals that we often underestimate. We tend to turn to familiar foods like meat, grains, or cheese, forgetting about less obvious sources of benefit. But have you ever considered that just one handful of fresh spinach contains a large amount of magnesium, calcium, and potassium? These three elements play a crucial role in the health of your legs. Magnesium can be compared to a conductor leading an orchestra, directing the work of your muscles. When it's deficient, muscles lose their coordination, leading to tremors, cramps, and fatigue, even after a short walk. Calcium is needed not only for strong bones, but also for proper muscle function. A lack of it can make your legs feel as though they no longer listen to you, with movements becoming slow and clumsy. Potassium acts as a natural electrolyte, helping to get rid of swelling and protecting muscles from premature exhaustion. But that's not all. These greens also contain vitamin K, a quiet yet vital guardian of our overall health, ensuring our body's systems work in harmony. Without it, calcium simply passes through the body, failing to fortify our bones. Furthermore, vitamin K enhances blood circulation, enriching the cells in your legs with oxygen and infusing them with energy. So, how can we transform these simple greens into a true source of wellness? Perhaps the first thing that comes to mind is, once again, those unassuming green leaves. But what if we told you they are not only healthy but also surprisingly delicious? Imagine a morning where, instead of a typical sandwich, you indulge in a glass of vibrant green smoothie, feeling its freshness and unique aroma. Fresh spinach, half a ripe banana, a small piece of pineapple for sweetness, and a pinch of ginger for a little kick. Just a few sips, and your body feels as if it's being filled with energy, like bright sunlight pouring inside you. If you prefer a warm dish, try sautéing spinach with garlic and olive oil for 5 minutes. You'll discover a fragrant side dish that melts in your mouth and pairs beautifully with eggs, fish, or chicken. Another wonderful option is a light tortilla, where greens combine perfectly with eggs, creating an ideal fusion of strength and flavor. If you find the taste of kale or arugula too bitter or sharp, don't give up on them just yet. Add a little lemon juice, sprinkle some grated Parmesan, or mix them with avocado. Over time, you'll be surprised at how much you've grown to love this fresh and lively taste. It's important to remember that small changes lead to significant results. There's no need to completely overhaul your diet and turn it into a collection of greens overnight. Start gradually by eating 1 handful of spinach a day. Within a week, you'll notice your legs feel less tired. After a month, climbing stairs will become noticeably easier, and in 6 months, you'll experience a sense of lightness, as if you've turned back the clock to your youth. There is a simple yet incredibly beneficial food that can enhance your well-being, though it often goes unnoticed. It's ordinary buckwheat, the same grain our grandmothers used to make porridge. It turns out to be a real treasure trove for our blood vessels and muscles, playing a key role in maintaining leg health in our later years. This is especially vital when our legs begin to lose strength and our feet are perpetually cold. Buckwheat contains rutin, a substance that strengthens the walls of our blood vessels and the tiniest capillaries, helping blood to circulate freely even to the most distant parts of the body. Thanks to this improved blood flow, legs no longer feel cold, and feet are filled with a cozy warmth. Moreover, buckwheat is rich in easily digestible plant-based protein, which helps combat sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass. It contains all the essential amino acids needed to maintain leg strength, even when movement becomes more challenging with age. After enjoying a bowl of buckwheat porridge, I recommend a simple and effective self-massage for your legs. Get comfortable. Apply a little warm olive or coconut oil to your palms and gently knead your feet, starting from the heels and soles, slowly moving up to the toes. Pay special attention to the area just beneath the toes, as it contains important points that stimulate blood circulation. Next, move to gentle presses on your calves, as if you're squeezing the fatigue out of the muscles. Just 5 to 7 minutes of massage after a meal can work wonders. Your legs will fill with warmth, and every step will feel significantly lighter. The story of Arthur, who is 85 years old, perfectly illustrates the importance of this approach. Ordinary buckwheat can radically change one's quality of life, restoring comfort and confidence with every movement. After suffering a stroke, his left leg almost ceased to function. His foot was always cold, and his muscles grew weaker each day. Doctors told him that for his age, such problems were to be expected. However, his granddaughter, a medical student, decided to prepare buckwheat porridge with flaxseed oil for him daily and taught him how to perform foot self-massage. At first, he was skeptical, but after just 2 weeks, he felt his leg becoming warmer. A month later, for the first time in a long while, he walked from his bed to the kitchen on his own. 6 months later, he was able to walk in the park again, leaning on a cane. His left leg, which doctors had nearly written off, was gradually regaining its strength. With a smile, he now admits that buckwheat has become his personal doctor, one who doesn't charge for a visit. Buckwheat can be prepared in various ways, as a porridge, added to soups, or even used to make healthy patties. The key is to consume it regularly, at least 3 to 4 times a week. If you combine this with a light self-massage, you'll see positive results within a few weeks. The cold in your feet will disappear, your muscles will strengthen, and most importantly, you will regain confidence in every step. Sometimes, the simplest and most accessible foods provide far more benefit than expensive medications and complex procedures. We just need to give them a chance to reveal their healing power. Have you ever tried this kind of self-care? Have you ever stopped to consider how truly amazing a common product like the egg is? For a long time, it was mistakenly blamed for raising bad cholesterol. However, recent scientific research has completely debunked this myth. The latest discoveries highlight the unique properties of this natural food. In reality, the egg is a powerhouse of health, especially for those in their mature years who wish to maintain physical vitality and mental clarity. Imagine that beneath its thin shell lies the highest quality protein, which serves as the essential building material for the body, necessary for forming and repairing muscle tissue. As we age, our bodies lose the ability to build muscle efficiently. However, eggs provide invaluable support, granting strength, energy, and a lightness to our movements, something especially precious. It's as if they restore youth to our legs, helping us feel stable and confident. Include eggs in your regular diet, and you'll be amazed at how quickly your body responds with gratitude. But that's only part of the story. Each egg contains a full set of essential amino acids, which are vital for creating new muscle fibers and repairing existing ones. Of particular importance is leucine, which can be likened to a magic key that unlocks the process of muscle tissue renewal. As the years go by, our need for this element only increases, making eggs not just food, but true support for anyone striving to maintain strength and mobility regardless of age. Many people know that eggs are an excellent source of vitamin D, which is crucial for bone and muscle health. After the age of 50, its levels in the body often decline, negatively affecting muscle tone and coordination. But nature anticipated this and gave us this beneficial product. It also contains lecithin, which supports the nervous system and improves coordination. After all, it's not just about having a strong body, but also about feeling light and confident within it, and being in control of every movement. Be sure to watch this video to the end, because we've prepared some crucial information that will help strengthen your health. We want to share the story of a wonderful woman named Carmen. When we met her, she was 78. She had always been active, but after a serious fall, her legs grew weaker. The fear of falling again kept her from going outside as often as she used to, even though she loved to walk for hours. Her usual breakfast consisted of toast with jam and a milky coffee, which clearly wasn't providing what she needed to rebuild muscle strength. Everything changed when Carmen started adding 2 boiled eggs with spinach and a little olive oil to her morning routine. Within a week, she felt a surge of energy she hadn't experienced in a long time. After a month, her walk became more confident, and 3 months later, she was moving actively again and feeling much better. I was walking in the park, enjoying every movement of my body. It's a real miracle, made possible by such a simple change in my diet, she shared. To get the most benefit from eggs, you need to know how to prepare them correctly. Forget about frying them in butter or making scrambled eggs with sausage. Instead, it's better to soft boil them. Prepare a delicate omelet with vegetables, or try a frittata. Simply including 1 or 2 eggs in your menu a few times a week is enough to strengthen your legs and regain your freedom of movement. Eggs are not just food. They are true guardians of health, a source of vital energy, strength, and the joy of an active life. They help us enjoy a full life, regardless of age. Isn't that wonderful? Have you ever wondered why, in countries where fish is a traditional part of the diet, the elderly often remain vibrant and mobile well into their later years? The answer is simple. Fatty fish, the very kind many of us overlook on store shelves. Salmon, mackerel, and sardines aren't just food items. They are the very keys to youthful joints and legs. Picture your joints as intricate machines. Over time, they can begin to creak and lose their flexibility. Fatty fish serves as the finest lubricant for these systems. The omega-3 fatty acids, more abundant in these fish than in almost any other food, envelop each joint, soothing inflammation and restoring comfort. You'll notice the morning stiffness fade away, and climbing stairs will become significantly easier. However, the most remarkable impact of fish reveals itself in the strengthening of our muscles. As the years go by, muscle mass naturally diminishes, and our legs lose their former power. The protein found in fatty fish is absorbed by the body far more easily than that from meat, quickly reaching the muscle fibers and providing them with essential support. Furthermore, the high content of vitamin B12 is vital for the communication between nerve endings and muscles, giving your legs a newfound confidence with every step. I'm reminded of the story of a woman who, at 70 years old, rediscovered the joy of dance simply by adding fatty fish to her diet. By consuming it just 3 times a week, she found that after a few months, her legs had regained their grace and strength. First, the nighttime cramps vanished. Then, her movements became more fluid and effortless. One day, she realized she could stand on one leg to tie her shoelaces, a feat that had once seemed impossible. Incorporating fish into your diet is far simpler than you might think. There's no need to prepare elaborate dishes. Sometimes, all it takes is opening a can of sardines to top a slice of bread, or baking a piece of salmon with a squeeze of lemon. The preparation takes no more time than cooking a simple chicken breast. The most important thing is consistency. Do this, and your legs will begin to feel lighter as you walk. Your joints will cease to be a source of discomfort, and your spirit will fill with joy and light. When your legs are strong, the world itself feels closer and more accessible. We can once again chase after our grandchildren, travel to new places, dance joyfully at celebrations, and simply savor life without a second thought about our age.